Well, okay, we've at least leveled out again, so that's good. That's some small, minor victory for us to take home to the bank here. You know, I actually should have swapped places with my golem, I feel. Okay, we can reinitiate a slight gap here. I don't know what my end game strategy is. You know, besides there not really being one, at least. There we go. Finally get our summon where we want them here, and we can come back into the fray a little bit. Definitely still bring in the buddies when things start to go poorly, and definitely try to be standing as near to as few walls as we possibly can once this son of a gun, Frostheart, that's what you're called. Plus 36 extra cold damage is a lot. That son of a gun is going to be a problem no matter how we slice this. Potentially just need to bring out a fear here to play it safe. Let's double check. 90% chance, 79 and 90% chance. So that seems to be all fairly decent odds of getting out of here in one piece. I can probably take that. Hey, VODs. Hope things are going well for you. Thank you so much for the gifted sub. Went to Kevin Bugsquash as well. Lovely, lovely. But no, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend, my friend. You know what? Yeah, let's do this. Oh, the fear doesn't take with the 90% chance on you, hey? Let's try to slow you. Okay, that's something. Do I just go Scorched Earth here? Just start conjuring balls of lightning and see what happens? Probably will end terribly, but there's always a chance. Because otherwise, 54% chance to paralyze you in your tracks here. 80% chance to blow your mind. I'll take that bet. And then maybe, yeah, 37%. Again, we pass first try, which has just been absurd today. I mean, trying not to sound too much like I'm complaining. Ooh, as the wizard decides to banish our cactus. Very, very rude, my friend. How dare you? But, okie dokie. Here come the swarms of all of our new friends, of course. Never a dull moment. And let's just step through the fire and flames here. We'll bring out another guardian golem to just kind of keep ourselves in a decent spot there. And in fact, that buddy should blow up soon. Beautiful work, pal. And not too shabby. Enclosed space actually kind of working out for us here, as enemies just slowly made their way in to see what the heck that mark trap was about. Or a sentinel's mark, I guess, is a bit more accurate. Ooh, and let's engage in a bit of a summoner duel, shall we? I'm hoping it's not actually too much of a summoner's duel and we can instead get just a wee bit lucky here, but we shall see. Perfect. We do manage to blow them out of the water real quick. And okie dokie. Mighted Friend Convoker is probably going to get that Convoke off. I guess what we could do, it's a bit of Quicksilver action. Removes that status effect from you, my friend. Now there's that Mighted hit that I was worried about. Definitely pack in a decent wallop here. Again, just gonna hit the Convoker with one of those. Oh, and there go our summon pals. If we can get you back in the mix, that would be grand. Holy moly, and there we go. Ooh. managed to make it through. Good old Djinn seems to be working out so far. It's been an interesting day where I feel like encounter to encounter has been pretty sketchy, not going great, but we haven't so far had any really egregious, like, oh, I deserved to die there and just got stupidly lucky, which, again, seemed for a while there to very much just become our MO. So that's nice. Nice change of pace for things here. And yeah, actually no, let's definitely back up. I probably should actually swap in my cactus to man the front line here. Great work, pal. Please don't walk towards me, Guardian Golem. Perfect, never mind. Great time to choose to leave the material plane. Love it for both of us here. And not too shabby. Low-level Makhleb summons are great for distractions, for sure. And yeah, I feel like we've finally gone a little bit better at using our Makhleb summons, but probably could deal to use them even a little bit more so. I do need to take care of this Orb of Eyes, otherwise we're in trouble. Fantastic. Do in fact manage to take care of that, buddy. And now with all of our summons combined, this time the dire elephants aren't quite as huge of a problem as they have been in all our previous encounters. Ooh, especially great that our demon and our box of beasts lasted a little bit into this encounter as well. Always appreciate them sticking around for the next battle. In fact, that green death lasted way longer than I thought. I feel like that might be another place where I am underestimating Makhleb summons. Big green demons are the best. It's nice for sure, especially when enemies are already poison vulnerable, but I feel like even when they're not, I think that might be an enemy that gets around the poison resistance, so that's nice. I'm definitely burning through our Quicksilver charges, just trying to take care of all of these Convokers and making sure they don't get it off. Don't know if I'm actually making the best choices in the long run thus far, but seems to be going at the very least okay for us so far, so I'm not going to worry too much at the moment here. Man, all of the artifact dragon scales look so cool now, but the swamp dragon scales of Djinni, poison, useless to us, but positive energy, 2 pips of willpower, and see invisible. That's a bit more interesting for sure. Just specifically for that willpower. I mean, currently the ego on this ringmail is not doing great for us. The +5, kind of sweet, but nah. The anti-grimace. Yes, the complementary color grimace. I like that. You know, I wasn't actually too familiar with the lore of McDonald's until very recently, as the Grimace marketing has taken off to an extreme. I mean, it doesn't even really matter here. I was joking around with my partner about that, thinking that we also had the Grimace Shakes in Canada. Turns out, we're missing out here. Actually, missing out, gaining, you know, don't have horrific murder scenes, but don't get the fun pink juice either. Yeah, regardless, I actually had no idea who Grimace was until this latest trend. Ronald McDonald is pretty iconic and could spot them a mile away. The Hamburglar, I think, is the name of the masked bandit. I like the Hamburglar, but that's about as far as it gets. You grew up where the first McDonald's was made, San Bernardino. Huh, I've never said that name out loud. California? Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, was your hometown pretty rah-rah about McDonald's? It's definitely a pretty huge claim to be able to make, I guess. That's what I'm going for. First McDonald's and the founding chapter of the Hells Angels? How about that? must be some kind of deep-rooted connection there. That's going to be my newest conspiracy theory. But unfortunately, San Bernardino is only really rah-rah about crime these days. Oof, that's rough. But hey, at least passion about something, right? Am I right? It is what it is. Okie dokie, let's get back on the road here. Pretty much finished up with Vaults 1. Vaults not quite as smooth as our other recent endeavors have been, which I think is fair enough. We did kind of assume that we were going to be dealing with some tricky situations here, and we did just end up seeing that come to fruition, so not the end of the world. I guess See Invisible can definitely go for now. We're either going to be using our cloak for that, or that armor that we decided to leave by the wayside temporarily. At least it's real good at crime. Go big or go home. Exactly. You gotta stand a passionate city, you know? At least it's something. Okie dokie. Let's actually check with our crappy willpower. Okay, only 4%, 7%. That's actually better than expected. I was ready for these buddies to be an absolute nightmare for us to deal with, but turns out they're only slightly worrying. Just because 4%, not great chances of taking place, but if it does, probably going to be in trouble. Get Curari and some poisons stacked on our beetle friend immediately. And then maybe actually just take all of you upstairs. Oof. Actually, wait a second. What am I oofing about? Bought ourselves into a corner, which is where we've historically on this run done some of our best work, so beautiful. They fell right into our trap, just as we planned, of course. It was the expectation from the beginning, and they fell for it hook, line, and sinker. It was not, on the other hand, my expectation to accidentally hit the wrong keys and walk a fun little circle around our troll friends there, but hey, also worked out, so maybe there's something to that strategy for the future. +3 scale mail of Zom's favor. Evocable Blink would be very nice, but scale mail might be a tad bit too heavy for us to reasonably move forward with at the moment. I'm gonna let the Bogarts kind of just walk themselves into harm's way here. Beautiful. And one more for the road, my friend. Fantastic. Oh, never mind. 2 more for the road. There we go. Perfect. And we can just drop a few of those blast motes behind. And not too shabby. Gonna gain into magic users now that you got the hang of using Candles that to cast much faster. What's up with these fire spells? So many good ones. Yeah, I feel like fire's in a really good spot right now. I mean, I was already pretty dang confident with my abilities to pilot Fire Elementalist start the majority of the time. And then on top of that now, they just also have blast motes, which again, I feel like it is really good, just straight out. I can lead with that pretty safely, I feel. On top of that, I feel like I've been a little spoiled by Djinni. Because with Djinni and the ability to cast a theoretically infinite number of said motes, you very quickly find yourself in a pretty, oh, Loxby's still inert. In a pretty solid position when you're being chased, especially again kind of in that early mid-game range where you have a lot of normal speed enemies that hit really hard but only melee range, and so it can definitely get a decent amount of work done there. I feel like Vault Warden, you should probably focus on these buddies behind you, no? A little bit of a cocky son of a gun here, but we'll try for the paralysis. Very, very tiny odds of getting instantly lethal, so we'll just try again to paralyze the unit. It does go through that time. We did finally miss a 37%, so that's good. Maybe we've stabilized, normalized a bit back to regular expectations, so that's lovely. And Executioner should definitely help us maul our way through the majority of our new friends here. Definitely doing a brilliant job so far. Thank you to all my summoned pals here. Oops, let's definitely bring Cactus back into the fray once more into the mix, and that is fantastic.